Good afternoon and welcome to Padre's Ponderings minus Padre. This is the Christmas market edition of Padre's Ponderings. I can't believe it's already been a year since our first one, and now we have the second annual Christmas market, which starts this, and you've probably seen the signs on the loop and then at different campuses. Starts at 9 o'clock on the historic campus, so 110 Calhoun Street, and runs through 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock on Saturday, or until we run out of stuff, I guess is what we could say. And we are surrounded by lots of crafts. And this is Nancy Howland. Nancy, were you on the crafters? Were you in the crafters group last year too?
Yes.
Okay, what do you make?
I make a bunch of stuffed animals.
Okay, so you sew.
Puppies.
How precious is that? Let me hold him.
Bears, little kitties they asked for this year. I made some kitties.
This is totally what my daughter, when she was little, would have gone straight for the stuffed animals. This is precious.
I made the soaps.
I love the fabric.
Yeah,
Did she use?
fleece. And the wall hanging I made. I only made one of those, but.
Very good. And the crafters have met once a month.
Yes.
But a lot of people, once a month for this whole calendar year, pretty much. But a lot of people do a lot of the crafts at home.
At home,
right?
Right.
Clearly
Like I
with
do
the
a lot of
machine.
sewing at home. Sometimes I'll bring what I can and I'll do, you know, and some other ladies do the same thing.
And I just asked approximately how many people would you say are crafters?
At least 50, I would say.
At least 50.
Yeah.
So all of the proceeds that go from the sale on Saturday go towards women's ministry events and ministries locally, nationally, and globally that help support women and children. So it's all for a good cause, and also there's so many fun things. Like here's an ornament, oyster shell ornament, angel. What do you have over there? Some more angels.
It looks like doilies.
Yeah, made with
Crocheted
some
of it.
crocheted doilies and lace and it's pretty. Paint.
Someone painted a bunch
Oh,
of these.
that's gorgeous.
Isn't that pretty? The front of the church.
It's the historic church. That's beautiful.
It's beautiful, huh? And
Lots of oyster shell stuff, right?
A lady made a bunch of these. Aren't they pretty? There's a cross on it.
So lots of angels, lots of ornaments, wreaths. What are some of the other
Reeds,
things that we don't have here today?
Trees. A lot of tabletop trees, different sizes of tabletop trees. Oops.
With lights and different themes and stuff.
Yes, different decorations on it.
Very good.
Same thing with the wreaths, different sizes.
Wonderful. So this is on Saturday. On Friday, God's Goods. Now this year it just kind of all worked out. God's Goods is starting their Christmas sale. So you can go to God's Goods Christmas sale on Saturday, and then you can go to the historic campus or vice versa and do some shopping and getting some gifts and different things. Embroider, well, this would be, my goodness.
That was handmade. A woman made a bunch of
So
bags, and she did the embroidery and everything on her machine.
Wow.
Yeah,
We have some talented people.
yeah, it's beautiful.
What's been your favorite thing about being a part of this ministry?
I think that we have so many people that come together with all the different talents. There's a lady that does a lot of woodworking, like with saws, and I'm so impressed with that. And it's beautiful, the stuff that she makes. That and the fact that a lot of it goes out into the community. What we bring in as far as the money that from selling what we made goes back out into the community. But it is a lot of time. It's talent and treasure. It's all three.
Exactly.
I love that.
The whole season we're talking about right now. So if somebody is interested in helping to create things and use their gifts and skills for next year's market, which will be in November of 2025, that's hard to even say.
Yeah,
2025.
It's a round number.
How would they get connected? What's the best way to get connected?
They can talk to one of us, anybody. They can talk to myself, Sonia, or anybody that does crafts there.
On the time and talent cards that went out at the beginning of the month, and we also have them at every campus leading up to this Sunday, which is when we bring the cards and we place them on the altar at all of our services. So that's us giving our pledge for the following year. There is a QR code on the back of that. And that's where, if you're interested in getting connected with a new ministry area, if you've never served before, or if you want to add on something new, there is a spot where you can put in Christmas
Right.
market, Christmas crafters, and you can get connected, and somebody will call you and let you know when they're going to be meeting again after the holidays.
We usually meet on Thursdays. And the thing is, a lot of times people, they can't come to the meeting, but you can still make things at your home, so that's a good thing too.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
aspect of it.
Yeah.
So here's one of the,
The wood
isn't that beautiful?
carving board, isn't that beautiful?
It is a carving board. That took a lot of time.
That's a woodworking project, beautiful.
That took a lot of time, and it's beautiful. It smells good too. You can't. It smells good. You can't smell it. And then we have little crosses, and we sold these last year as well. Little wooden crosses that, when we changed out the pew backs, where we used to have hymnals and Bibles and prayer books, we took those out, and we've replaced them with where the Connect cards are and the tissues. We have to have tissues in all the pews and pins. And so this old wood that was taken out of the pew backs at the historic campus, one of the woodworkers made all of these crosses,
Beautiful.
hundreds of the wooden crosses from the historic campus that you can buy. And then this year, Lisa Riddle, Pastor Jonathan's wife, wrote a poem about it, so I'm just going to read that. The small wooden cross. Back of the pew, it sat through the years, through songs, laughter, and even tears. Blended in with the wood, most did not think much of the wooden box and the hand-carved touch. But oh, what the box has seen over time, and the sound of the bell, every note it chimed. Little ones fidgeting and nestled with mama, separating siblings to avoid drama. We know that's true if you've ever had children in church. Songs that stirred the soul down deep, and sermons that reminded of words we should keep. The quiet teens that sometimes looked bored, but still heard the words of our risen Lord. The candlelight glow, the lights the room, celebrated the birth of our bridegroom. People as different as can be, all come to communion to worship thee. From the cross hung high and draped with a stole to flowers placed for a departed soul. Open windows to see the bluff, the gentle breeze, the smell of pluff. The lonely eyes, the excited heart, those coming for a brand new start. Now the boxes that observed from the back of the pew have been taken down by a talented few. But just as the church should point to the cross, the boxes will too, so it isn't a loss. Each wooden box carved by hand into a cross, small but grand, because the bell still rings to welcome you to come inside and find a pew. That's
Nice.
Lovely.
Nice.
So these will be on sale with the poem at the market on Saturday.
nice.
And that's just a little piece of the historic campus that you can carry with you, a pocket cross. Yeah. Wonderful. And so how long have you been at the Church of the Cross, Nancy, you and Brian?
About 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Did you move
We
here
moved
from
here.
somewhere else?
We
and
moved
that's
from
how
Long
you-
Island, New York.
I hear it.
Yeah, I have a really heavy Long Island. There are different accents on Long Island. Well,
That's true.
we were Western Suffolk County, so I think I have the Western Suffolk County accent.
Okay.
And Brian has more of an upstate New York accent because his parents, they went to school upstate. And they
Okay.
have, I think his mother has family.
Okay.
His sister lives upstate.
Well, I always ask people, how did you end up in Bluffton?
Isn't it
From New
amazing?
York. It is. It's wild.
It's a beautiful story. To me, it is.
Okay,
Anyway.
well, do you mind sharing?
It started out where my husband and I, Brian, we always wanted to go south when we retired, but we really never, talked about exactly where.
Mm-hmm.
But we were like, we don't really go to Florida. It's really hot, So we started going to retirement expos.
Oh, okay.
So we were going to retirement expos, and they you get a magazine twice a year from them. So we got a magazine, and I guess what it is they give you like a highlight of what's coming up for the next expo and where you can go, all these different places you might be able to retire. So I got the magazine, and I saw, we're in Latitude. So
Okay,
we saw Latitude in there, and I was like, wow, that looks cool. So we were going to go to the expo like the next day or whatever, and but they weren't there. So if everything's on computer now, so I contacted somebody that was representing Margaritaville and talked to them. And it ended up that the person, they're real estate people, and he was from Long Island originally. Isn't that right? So he said, if you ever want to come down and visit, let us know, and I'll show you around. So we did, because we were curious. And we just loved the area. But we also, it was important to have a church. That was like, it wasn't really number 2 on the list, but it was kind of even with number 1. So we looked around and we found the Church of the Cross. We even came, I think we might have even gone to a service when we came down.
Okay.
And, but a few years before that, I found the Church of the Cross. By accident, I guess. Maybe it's not an accident.
No accidents.
You guys, I don't know if you still have it. There was a big marketing video online, and I showed it to somebody up north, and they're like, "Oh, that's really neat." And I was looking to see where you were because I didn't know where it was. I didn't know what state, and I saw where it was, and I'm thinking, "Oh, wow, that's really far down south, like far down south in South Carolina." I didn't even know we were going to end up in South Carolina, and we ended up here partly because of Margaritaville, and that the Church of the Cross was the church that was close enough for us, and we really, really like it.
And you guys jumped in right away in volunteering and serving.
Yeah.
Brian reads here at the chapel. So you would have come down here probably right after COVID or during it.
No, it was during COVID we came down. And we rented in 2020 until our place was built, and we moved in Latitude in 2021. Yeah. So it was during the pandemic. It was a crazy time.
Yeah.
But God brought us here. I know it.
And you sing in the choir at the historic campus.
Yes.
And you do the crafters. Brian is a reader here at the chapel.
Yes.
So if you watch online, you've seen Brian, or Chalice Bearer.
Yep.
You've seen Brian on the last Sunday of the month.
Yes.
He's over here. And then he scoots over
and then
to
he
where
comes
you're
to sing.
singing.
Yep.
And he sings too.
And we love it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've gotten connected pretty quickly. I think that's really important. With so many people moving to this area, to really try to get connected.
Yes.
Right away.
Yes.
So that you can have that sense of community and not just go to the service and leave, but really get to know other people and have that connection and that bond and friendship right away with small groups and serving and all of that.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, great.
Yeah. Yeah, we're a little slow. I mean, we're not really that slow because we are involved in some things, but, we're getting to know people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard
nice.
when you move in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
It's really hard because there was a lot of isolation and all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
So,
yes.
so proud of
But
you.
we
for
were
jumping
able
in.
to make it to church anyway, and actually even online. So we did that, before we came back into the church too.
Yeah. All right. So what's something that you're looking for? What's the biggest thing you're looking forward to on Saturday? Y'all start setting up on Thursday.
I don't know. I think just the people, because last year they had me as a greeter. That was the greatest job, I think, because I got to meet everybody that walked in the door. So that was kind of cool. And everyone was so appreciative of the fair and everything. They loved it. As far as I didn't hear anything negative.
It was a beautiful day. I haven't checked the weather. I'm hoping it's another beautiful day this year. Somebody was playing the piano, so you had music going.
Yes, we will have someone playing the piano again. The Daughters of the Holy Cross are going to be there, and they're going to be selling, it's donations. They're going to be handing out baked goods and hot cocoa, and if you want to leave a donation for that, that's good. And then the Heritage Girls are going to be there.
American Heritage Girls.
Yeah.
Very
so that'll
good.
be nice. And then we also have the birdhouse. That's a replica of the church.
Yes.
It's going to be raffled off. They have a raffle with that. That's a beautiful piece of work.
It is.
Beautiful.
You really have to. We had it here last year to show people, but it's big and it's heavy, and you really have to see it to appreciate it. So if you come to the market on Saturday, we'll be selling raffle tickets, and you'll be able to see it. And it's to scale. I mean, the artist does an amazing job. There's also one in front of. What's the inn? Old Town Inn?
Oh, okay.
right there on
Right,
May River
on
Road.
May River
It's
Road?
outside, so
There's
you
one
can
out
drive
there?
by
I'll have to
and
look at
see
that.
it.
I've driven by
And
there.
then Kim Clark is probably watching right now. She watches Ponderings, and she won it last year. And so
Yes, beautiful.
Yes, so it is. It's stunning. So come and put in for the raffle. Enjoy the day. The church will be open
Yes.
for docent tours. We'll be selling holy honey and cookbooks, and the church will be open for people to come in and pray or to hear about the history. And it's just a beautiful day in Old Town Bluffton. You know, to look and to meet new people and to, you know, just take in the beautiful area down there that we have. So, and Nancy might be greeting. Are you greeting?
I don't
again
know.
this
I
year?
guess I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff. I asked to do that, and then I
did you?
knew then I didn't know I was doing this. So, God's funny.
Yes. Well, we're glad you're here. We're glad you're here. So remember, the Christmas market, the God's Goods Christmas sale will be going on not just Friday and Saturday, but then it extends until into the following week. They've been collecting items all year in the storage areas for this sale. So it's going to continue to go until they sell out of stuff as well. So look for the God's Goods information, and I'll put this in the comments of the Facebook feed as well. And then the Christmas market. Food bank, we're continuing to, this week we served over 400 families again. That number is continuing to grow. Shoe boxes, if you haven't brought it in, you better bring it pretty quick because we're loading up tomorrow morning. I'm not going to release the number because we haven't quite finished, but I will say I think we met the goal that that the Faith Formation team had for the boxes this year. So pretty excited to release that number. Lots of people participated online, which is amazing. I think we had 187 people purchase boxes online. So we'll be sending that money to Samaritan's Purse for all of those boxes. And it's been really fun, people dropping off boxes this week, and some of them aren't connected to our church at all. And they just knew that we were collecting, and they're coming in and they're telling their story. So it's a fun way for us to get connected to. So don't forget your food bank donations. You can drop them off at services this weekend, Saturday morning at the Mission Mall, or anytime during the week. So Nancy, thank you for, is there anything else you want us to know before
I got a little list here. I think we did it.
Did we cover
I
everything?
think we covered it all.
All right. Bring your wallets. We'll take cash, check, and credit card. Right?
Yes.
Yes. So be ready to shop and, you know, get some of those Christmas gifts taken care of.
Yes.
In the market, and it goes to a good cause. So thank you so much for being
Thank
here, and thank you
you.
for the ministry that you do with the other women and men that participate in the Christmas market. And I think you're going to be co-leading with Sonia Whistler next year, so thank you for that. And I'm sure Kat Robinson is watching right now from Indiana. So
Hi,
Kat, we
Kat.
look forward to seeing you in a couple of days as well. But in everything that we do, know that God loves you, and we love you here at the Church of the Cross. And go in peace to love and serve the Lord. Thanks be to God.